Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Cast Track. We post an interview with an amazing Canadian each weekday for your daily inspiration. Today, I would like to introduce you to one of my dear friends, Deidra Garyk. Deidra was born in Calgary at the Holy Cross Hospital and grew up just outside of Medicine Hat. She's a community builder who is extremely passionate about energy, advocacy, getting more women involved in energy advocacy and politics, and giving a voice to the underdog. Friends, you'll find her full bio attached. Deidra, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Catherine. I'm really humbled to be part of this list of really great Calgarians. I mean, you've interviewed Dan Garyk, Yadoma Galski, Damaris Stampini. I mean, Greg Clark. These are people that I look up to for their courage, their knowledge, their community involvement and leadership. And so I'm just really pleased to be part of that list. And also, I just want you to know, Catherine, I really admire you as well. You're just the epitome of grace and class, and so I'm very excited to be a part of this.
Oh, I feel the same. You were always on my list, my friend. I absolutely look up to you, and I'm delighted that we're here today.
Excellent.
May we start with the questions that I sent you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm ready.
Awesome. Well, of course, the first one's the most difficult, and maybe, I don't know, to most it seems. What has been your greatest challenge over the last few months?
Well, yeah, this really was a difficult one for me. I lost my job 3 months ago, so I feel like that's the answer I should be giving. That's my challenge. And it certainly is, but I guess I don't really look at it in the negative sense of the word challenge. I'm really feeling great. It's an opportunity for me to reset, rethink about what I want to do, spend some time on things that I like doing. I've been doing a lot more energy advocacy. I've gotten a little bit more involved in politics. I'm now part of 2 policy subcommittees, and that's been really excellent to get to understand that side of things a little bit better, and also get an opportunity again. The theme of my talk is going to be really around energy, and so I get to kind of push forward some ideas for some energy policy.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they get accepted.
Love it. Can we go off script for 1 second?
Yeah, absolutely.
When are you running, and can I be your campaign manager?
Oh, I don't know. Politics is a tough game. I think you have to have really thick skin, and I just don't know. Yeah, I really believe in political engagement and just having ordinary people who just want to do this extraordinary job getting in there and do it. But it is very tough. Maybe one day, I don't know. I really hope the political discourse changes and it encourages more people to step up. But yeah, we'll see. I never say never to it. I think it would be really exciting, but I think it's a really tough role to take on. And so I really admire people that even put their name forward.
Yeah, I do too. I couldn't imagine doing it. I just wish more people like you would run, because you're the kind of person that I could get behind.
Oh, Catherine, that's amazing. Yeah, that means a lot to me.
Yeah. Well, and what are your top 3 things, my friend?
So the first one, and again, these are such good questions. The first one really is around, again, the energy sector. Alberta has a world-class energy sector. We've made incredible strides, both operationally and environmentally, over the last few years. And I think we really need to be proud of that. Calgary's built around the energy sector. We're very good at it. We have the great lifestyle that we have because of the energy sector. And I really think that we do need to get behind it and be proud and unapologetic for what we do. And then continuing on that, I think that people really need to understand that when they protest against oil and gas use, saying things like, using fossil fuels should be made illegal, they're going after the workers, the people who work every single day to make sure that we have reliable, affordable energy security. And so that's one of the things I think people really need to understand, is that there are people that are working every day to make sure that we have the modern society, the lifestyles that we all enjoy. And so I really want people to really, really think about that side of it when they're protesting against this. As well, I'd also really like to encourage some political and community engagement. That's something I'm really passionate about lately. I got into it, politics in particular, about 3 years ago, then energy advocacy a couple of years ago. And so it's something I'm trying to encourage more and more people to get involved in. Even if you don't want to get involved in a campaign, people can just start to engage with their political leaders. All it takes is 3 to 5 letters to get your elected representative's attention. Emails, phone calls as well, I guess I should say. So it's really not that much. So when you start to get a group of voices, it gets the attention and it can really influence public policy. And I really think that we need that now. We need to have more people who are at least aware of what's going on and speaking up so that we get good public policy.
Deidra, can I ask you another question about that?
Sure.
So have you ever thought of, I love the letters that you write to our political leaders. They're on point, extremely intelligent. Have you ever thought of being, you know how sometimes when there needs to be a vote on something, and sometimes we'll get templates that we can use as a baseline that we believe in, that we can slightly alter for ourselves. So many that are working are stretched thin, and they probably want to write a letter, don't have the time or are able to do it. Have you ever thought of putting some templates up that we could pick from, that we could easily then send to the leaders that you think that we should be sending them to? Again, it's that extra, that hour that it takes each person to put something like that together would potentially hold them back. So have you ever thought of something like that?
Well, I haven't, but I actually really like that. So I am working on creating a website right now where I can kind of put together all of my work, all like anything related to the news that I've been a part of, all my articles, because I don't just write for Energy Now. So it's an opportunity to have a collection of my work, but I should maybe put something like that together. So this has been a little bit of a test of my mental strength, learning how to create a website. So it's taking a lot longer than expected, but I'm hoping by next week I'll have something out for public consumption. And I think that's absolutely something that I should add. I'm going to have a page for suggestions for how people can advocate, but I think that's absolutely a fantastic idea, is to maybe give people some ideas of what to say. Because I think you're absolutely right. That's one of the comments I get is like, well, I don't know what to say. Like, they don't want to hear from me, or and that's how I felt too before I got into politics. I thought, I don't know anyone. I'm not wealthy. I'm not connected. What do I have to offer? But just being there, being a voice is really, really important. And so I think you're right. Maybe that's something I can do. I'm definitely going to think about this and figure out how to do it.
That'd be great. And when your website's up, let me know and I'll promote it like mad.
Okay.
Awesome. And anything else on your 3 things?
No, that's about it. I think everybody just needs to be proud of what we're doing here.
I'm so glad. Well, I am, and I'm proud of you, my friend.
Thank you.
Your good news and legacy story.
Yeah, again, these are really tough questions. So I think I kind of focused a little bit more on the legacy piece of things. And to me, this pandemic has really highlighted the supply chains, I believe. I think now people are really understanding what it takes, those necessities that we take for granted in our modern society. The critical links in the supply chains, particularly energy, and I do think oil and gas plays a huge role in that still. And I think that people are starting to understand and appreciate the value of the products and the people who work every day in the energy sector in inclement weather, on beautiful sunny days. They don't get to take the day off. They're working for us to supply us with the fuels that we need for our transportation sector, our hospitals, our medical equipment, even our computers that we're using right now to entertain us. They all take a lot of energy. And I do think that environmental issues are extremely important. I never want to make it seem like that isn't something that we should be concerned about. We absolutely should. But again, I think Canada's been a leader in that space. A lot of people don't realize that Calgary ranked within the top 15 in the world in the clean tech space in 2019. And that's amazing. We have so many great clean tech startup stories because Calgary is a resilient entrepreneurial city. And again, it's just something we should all be really, really proud of. We're going to keep going as a city. And I guess that's really why I continue to advocate for the industry, for responsible development. And I hope that that is my legacy as somebody who has stood up and spoke up for the underdog in the energy sector and helped people realize, really just how great we do have it here in Canada, all the benefits that we get, the lifestyle that we have, and a lot of that is thanks to what we have been able to do in our modern society in terms of advancements in technology. And again, a lot of that is run by energy. We need all kinds of energy, all forms based on whatever works regionally. And so that's why I continue to advocate, and I'm really hopeful that will be my legacy.
I love it, and it certainly is. And I know you're going to keep going, and I'm delighted.
Awesome.
Back when I was working with Canadian Frackmaster and Agate, like my first 10 years of my professional life as a salesperson, working in the energy industry, of course, we were very proud. And what I will say back then as a sales rep, the standards, the environmental and safety standards that we were held to deal with were very extreme. And it's always been that way. And that was 35 years ago. So I can just imagine how that's up yet again. I'm sure it continues to improve, and I think we've got the cleanest energy in the world, and I just wish the rest of the world would see that.
Yeah, absolutely. I do believe the world does appreciate who we are as a country. I mean, sort of our values around human rights, etc. So I do think that sometimes the world values us and our product more than sometimes Canadians, and some of our political leaders value us. And I think, again, that's why this level of sort of political and community engagement is really important, to talk to people and explain what's going on and help people understand. I really I don't understand what's going on. I mean, there's sort of a villainization campaign right now, and it's something that I can't really understand because I don't really think it helps us move forward with good solutions. I think that perhaps some of the pushback on the environmental side of things has made sure that the industry improves and improves and improves. But at the same time, there also has to be a recognition of that improvement. And I don't really see that we're getting that. So that's one of my big concerns there.
I love it. Again, when are you running, my friend?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm going to keep working on you. Thank you so much for joining us, Deidra. I really appreciate your time today.
Yes, thank you so much, Catherine. I appreciate this opportunity.
Thank you. Everybody, that was my dear friend, Deidra, and I look forward to when she does run. Thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you again on the next Tax Track.